because you don't meet people that have the work ethic that you have. Heart and try and working hard, humility go a freaking long way, buddy. Like a long way when it comes to this stuff. When it comes to anything that you do.
The pressure that you put on yourself is worse than everything else, because you just getting in your own head is very difficult not to do, and just having to trust the fact that you can do it. And whether it's your day or not, that varies, but the pressure you put on yourself and having to deal with your own mind is very challenging. But you learn to just shove that away and just focus on the job, put your mind on it, and do your best. And then sometimes it works out and sometimes it really doesn't.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Art of Suffering podcast with Dalton Darnell. Today, my guest needs no introduction. We're gonna try that again. Today, my guest needs no introduction. If you've watched any of our videos over the last couple of years, you've seen this person absolutely grow in her skill set, in life. One of the most impressive people I have ever had the pleasure of working with and teaching. Unbelievable. This Abby's progression over the years is unbelievable. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to Abby Klassen. She has never done anything like this before. If you know Abby, she is a very quiet person, so her agreeing to do this is awesome. So we're going to talk about life. We're going to talk about working together, share some stories. We're going to talk about Abby's kind of her mindset towards the job and towards life and suffering in general, and just share some lessons learned over the years, because we've rode a lot of miles together. So, Abby, let's open it up. Let's tell everybody where you're from. Let's talk about where you grew up a little bit, where you're from, your folks, kind of your life. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I was born in Oklahoma City, just in the city. I was there for 8 years maybe, and then we moved to Ardmore, Oklahoma. So been in Oklahoma my whole life. Yeah, I didn't grow up around this stuff. We just always loved doing outdoors. We always loved hiking and just being outside. And I've always loved animals, but yeah, just my parents, great. They've always supported everything I've wanted to do, whatever that is, and I've always been kind of a little bit different and unique as far as what I wanted to do. But yeah, yeah.
Well, that is the long and the short of it, pretty much there. So, when we met Abby, one of the things that really stood out to me. So you were what, 15 years old?
Yeah, 15.
Okay, and just a little backstory on Abby's folks. They're incredible people. They're the kind that are going to help you where you need help, and then they're going to let you work. Just like you should. So when it came to buying cars, or from my interpretation of your parents, there's not a lot that's given, right? It's earned.
Right.
So Abby's the most unique thing about her when I first met her was, instead of saving up to buy a car at 15, she saved up to buy a horse. Which is incredible. It's incredible to me. She had this horse, that poor horse. Her name was Petra, and man, dang it, Abby whooped and rode that sucker all over Wyoming, and she was old. She rode a lot of miles in Wyoming towards the end there, and
More than she had in her whole life, probably.
Oh my gosh, dude, that was yeah, special horse. So Abby, when we originally met you, so Dad and Joni went to church, met you guys at church, and we were looking for somebody to come tie ropes And so kind of tell the story there, how that all come up to be.
Yeah, like you said, we met at church. I needed a job, so I was like, well, it has to do with horses, so why not? Because that's what
Mm-hmm.
basically anything that had to do with horses, I would totally do. Didn't matter. So then we came over and saw the rope shop, and I was like, yeah. So then started tying ropes and uh learned all the rope tying very quickly. I think that
Mm-hmm.
was right before y'all went to the ID
Mm-hmm.
because I
For
was
the
kind of
second year.
yeah.
No, that'd have been the first year we went to the ID.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd have been the first year we went to the ID.
yeah. So I don't remember how long, couple weeks maybe, less than that to learn the rope tying, and then I tied ropes, and when y'all got back is when I started to learn how to rope a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so just to set this up for you guys, we moved the entire company to Ardmore from Alabama, and we needed somebody to come tie ropes. And Abby was, I want to apologize for all the background noise. I don't know what in the heck is going on out there. What is that? They're hanging gutters. We'll edit this part out, Abby. Okay. I don't know if you can hear that in there. Yeah. Killing me, dude. Know what the heck is going on. Okay. Anyway, so we needed somebody in Ardmore to tie ropes, and kind of one of the perks of the job at this time is like if you wanted to tie ropes and learn to rope, that was kind of part of what we did. And so Abby obviously wanted to learn how to tie ropes. So a little funny story about Abby here. This guy wore her spurs everywhere. Every freaking where. To work. Like, listen, I'm not getting on my horse without my spurs on, for sure. But they don't go on my feet till it's time. You know what I'm saying? But it was completely obvious that she wanted it. You know what I mean? And when it comes to roping, I don't know very many people that have learned how to do it faster than I did. Because of the soil that I was in and the teacher that I had, I was pretty quick on learning how to do this stuff. And I think you have surpassed that, in my opinion. Picked it up really, really fast. So you've been roping, you're 19 now, so we're talking 3 years, maybe?
Yeah, almost 4.
Almost 4 years.
Yeah.
And if you've watched any of our videos, there's not very many people on earth that can throw a backhand turnover like Abby can. So very, very impressive to me. So let's talk about some of the. Now imagine yourself talking to you at 15 years old,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you're living in a house with a bunch of people who love you, obviously, but that you're quite frankly not very much like when it comes to what your goals, your aspirations, the things that you're interested in. And there's people all over the world who experience this, right? Like they have their loved ones, but they're just a little different. Dad is very similar. Imagine you're talking to that person, and what would you say to them as far as like, okay, I want to be a cowhand, or I want to get into X. It doesn't even have to be cowboy, and it can be anything.
Right.
What do you think? What are next steps, right? What are some things that they can do to further them down the road?
I mean, I would say just find something or someone that can kind of help you and just stick with it. Don't bounce around everywhere. Just kind of like I did. Just find something that can help you and go with it as far as it can take you. Not like you can't do different stuff too, but if you have something you want to do,
Mm-hmm.
focus on that and then do it.
So I'm going to say from one thing that I really appreciate about Abby's parents, and I'm a parent. Abby is not a parent, obviously. She would be your kid in this situation. If your kid wants to do something that you don't know how to do, go find somebody who can do it and then turn a loose of that, right? So not only did Abby travel with us all over the country. She flew across the pond and taught a clinic in Italy. Okay, that's really turning a loose of your kid and letting them go be who God made them to be, in my opinion. And I really respect that, because the Klassens in and of themselves, they don't cowboy. They have a respect for it because they know what it takes now. But they recognize that Abby was around people that could really help her progress in what she loves to do. And so if your kid likes to play ball, if they like to play ping pong, if they like to fish, whatever the case may be, if you don't know how to do it, don't let that scare you. And then be honest with them. Say, buddy, I don't know how to do this, but we're going to go find somebody who does and see what we can figure out. That's kind of one of the big, like with Wiley, for instance, like he really enjoys martial arts. He enjoys jujitsu and fighting, and that's what he likes to do. I don't know how to do that. So we go to Master Newsome every week, and he tunes him up, man. And like, I truly enjoy watching him do this. Like, it's a lot of fun. Getting to watch him progress, and he's light years ahead of where he'd be if he just told me he wanted to do it and I tried to teach him at home. So keep that in mind. If you're a parent, you got a little kid and they have this affinity for something that they want to do that you know nothing about, start hunting around and looking for stuff, because Abby's parents did a really good job of getting to know us, becoming our friends, and then trusting that we had Abby's best interest at heart. Now, definitely do your vetting. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be sending your kid off with crazy people. But the fact is that if you're not good at roping and your kid wants to rope, find somebody who can rope. You know what I mean? So, Abby, let's talk about, so basically, Abby's progression through roping looked like this. We started teaching her the traditional shots you learn, heel traps, head shots, blah, blah, blah. And then we got an opportunity to go work in Wyoming. And if you haven't seen the Get Short series on our main YouTube channel, go check that out. It's basically a vlog of our entire life in Wyoming, the whole season that we were there. Abby rode every mile, every step with us she took. It was very impressive. I want you to talk about what that experience was like for you, and how it changed you.
It was definitely the most epic experience as far as just taking what I'd learned for that first year, not even a year, and then putting it to work and just being able to go out and do it all. And then as far as just riding, I'd never been out in that area and just the country. It was just incredible to grow and learn. And then every time we went out, you'd learn something new, and then it would just build up to where you could just, it was just work, and you could just work, and we would all work together. And by the end of it, it was like we would all just read each other's minds and be able to do whatever we wanted to do. Mm-hmm. It was pretty insane.
So would you count any of that experience suffering?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm not gonna say daily, but daily, pretty much.
Yeah.
There was something that was extremely difficult, whether it was the horse I was riding, Sweet Petra, having to push her all the way through the day, or whatever it was, a long day, or even if we had a calf that was terrible to rope, we just had to push through, and that really grew my mental strength to be able to endure whatever.
Mm-hmm. So it's funny to me, and this is part of the reason why I named the podcast what I named it. Okay, so the goal here is to have people on like yourself that have endured things that I would 100% count to be suffering. Mm-hmm. If you've never cowboyed in really anywhere, it's suffering. I mean, there's a lot of it that is just wildly difficult. And if the videos are all you watch, that is the top 1% of what you are getting to do. And so the whole part of this thing is the search for why cowhands are good at suffering, and then why they freaking like it. So you just said to me it was the most epic experience. And then when I asked the suffering question, you said daily. So make that make sense to me. Like why do you love it even though it's suffering?
Yeah. I guess you just learn to enjoy the suffering because it's just part of your daily life, and then by the end of it, when you push through something that's really hard, it's like just gives you a sense of achievement or something like that, and where you're just like, I just did that and we're okay. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
we're just good and we're stronger for it. So then the next time it's the same thing, and then you're just like, it just gives you a sense of accomplishment.
Agreed. So how do you cope? Okay, so for the cowhands who do this for a living, how do you cope in the downtime when you don't have daily suffering, right? Like right now you could sit on the couch and eat Oreos. Like what?
How do you cope? Well, you find something different to suffer with. Like a really hard workout in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the thing for me right now, is doing extremely difficult workouts.
Getting after it in the gym.
Make you want to die. But you feel totally accomplished when you get done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's unbelievable to me because, and this is the part where you're going to feel the disconnect with your family.
Right.
Okay. If you have an affinity for this stuff and you like to suffer and the people around you don't, it doesn't make sense in their brain. It's really weird. It's really weird. And I'll say this, like, okay, so in Wyoming, another point, and I'd love to discuss this with Dad on here, and the plan is to do that, is I am painfully, to Abby and Dad, blunt about how bad something's going to suck. Like before a workout, I'm like, this is going to suck. Before we would gather, I was like, oh, this is going to suck. This is going to suck. And their mantra through this whole experience was what, Abby?
It's just challenging.
It's just challenging. Completely disagree. It sucks. 100%. And so, like, that's what's funny, man. But that's what's funny about it is, like, lots of the cowhands you work with, the stories they tell, the stories they hang their hat on are, like, the most miserable things you would ever endure. I had Corey Hershkowitz on here from the Roebuck, Nevada channel. He's telling a story about how he had to ride out and camp in his bedroll in -4-degree weather. Nope. I'm good, dude. I don't want to do that, man. Now, would I, if my boss asked me? Yes. Would I tell the story? Yes. Am I going to say it sucks? Yes. Every time. Every time. So it's funny the difference in opinion because you're talking about going and doing a job in a remote area, not super remote. You know, you're an hour and a half from a major hospital. If we didn't have to have life flight insurance, but the fact is like you're freaking out there, dude. And on the daily, there's opportunities to die. Pretty much. Yeah. Pretty much. And we're doing it with children. I mean, you were 16 years old. Has had your driver's license like 2 months.
Yeah.
And you're out there with us climbing mountains and doctoring big soggy yearlings and there's multiple times. It's funny because I really, for myself, this experience for me was interesting because I had to learn how to meter myself. Like coming from the military, coming from the restaurant world, like I'm pretty rough around the edges. And I had to really challenge myself to speak to Emily and Abby and Jules in a way that was respectful, but yet got the point across. Like, and Abby more so than anybody else who was with us really wanted that job. Like, she wanted to be out there doctoring yearlings every day. She wanted to be riding. And so it was very easy for me to like coach you even in the way that I would coach a normal person that isn't 16 years old and someone else's kid. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying Abby ever got chewed on, but even if I would have, she would have received it well, if that makes sense. So there was a couple of times I can remember, like before, there's one calf in particular, and I roped it and my freaking saddle was not tight. Do you remember this?
Yes.
You remember this? And right before I roped it, I looked at Abby and was like, you got to freaking be here. Like, if you're not in your spot right here, we're going down to the bottom of this mountain, and it is a problem because I should not rope this calf right here. Yeah. And Abby was like, I got you. And I freaking reached over there and dumped it on that sucker, and it took off running, and I took off running, and Abby hazed that thing up the side of this, I mean, this is a freaking mountain, up the side of this mountain. And I can remember saying something in the video once we got to the top. I was like, God dang it, Abby, you are a freaking hand, buddy. Like, no reason why this 16-year-old kid on a 3-year-old colt should be able to do what she did right there. And it's just a testament to, like, receiving the input, like me saying to you, freaking be there, right? And that's when the butt chewing would have come if you wouldn't have been there. It'd have been like, now we're at the bottom of the mountain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so to anybody out there trying to learn something new, I always had this unbelievable amount of respect for Abby's ability to learn, to receive the information and apply it like that. And I think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I would say that that's due to you didn't care about the tone that it was being given to you. You didn't care about niceties or your feelings getting hurt. All you wanted was the information, and then you wanted to apply it.
Yeah. For sure.
Because that's the problem today, is like you would be bothered by saying something to someone because you don't want it to hurt their feelings. But I never had that restriction on me as a coach, right? I never had to worry about it. It was like, I can tell Abby whatever I need to tell her, and it's however I need to say it, because everybody knows in the moment when you're doing things with a rope, a horse, a cow, or combined, things can come off a little rude.
Right.
Sometimes. And then this is why I love that my wife doesn't do any of this stuff, because she would probably take offense sometimes at the way I said things, but Abby never did that. And it doesn't matter that Abby's a girl. It doesn't matter that I'm a guy. If you're in those situations and you're trying to learn how to do this job, you can leave your feelings at the gate. Mm-hmm. And you receive the information the way the coach is giving it. And it's on the coach to meter himself and not be a total freaking jerk. You know what I mean? Like, it's on me to control my emotions and not get... But the fact is like, not everybody you work with is going to take that upon themselves. So it was a really good lesson for me. I feel like it made me a much better teacher, having to think through, like, the way that I spoke to people. You know what I mean? Because in the restaurant world, in the military... that's not a thing, bro. You're getting your head ripped off, and that's just, and you'll either learn or you'll leave, and that's kind of the deal, you know?
Yeah.
So we get through, you know, tons of cool stuff, you know, Brandon in Wyoming, Dr. Neerlands to me, like, I love Brandon, don't get me wrong, but Dr. Neerlands is, that's my, it's so much fun. So let's talk about that a little bit. Like, what are the things you remember? Like, let's go, you know, maybe top 3 moments out there through the trip.
Okay. One of them was we had 2 head to doctor, and you necked them, I healed them, 4 shots, laid them down just perfectly.
Oh, I do remember that. I do remember that. That was in the, what pasture was that in? The West
Bridger.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, it was like the perfect, okay, let's get in the trailer and go home now.
Yes. Don't rope anymore. Didn't it start raining or something? We had to run back to the trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that. It's freaking fantastic.
That was cool. Let's see. Gosh, there are so many good ones. And some bad ones too, but don't really remember that many bad ones.
No, we push those out of our mind.
Yeah, those are gone.
Yeah, those die right there with your
Um,
pride.
yes. Let's see. I remember the one we were in the uh McKinney Creek,
Hmm.
and we doctored one. It was when, I mean, the calf we roped was good, but then when we looked up and saw John had one roped on the edge of a cliff up there, his
Oh
silhouette
yes,
up there bouncing up there, and we're like,
yes. It was right after we got done.
yes, we were like doctoring it, and we looked up, and it's just on the edge of a cliff. His silhouette is just like, do you think he knows that's there?
Yeah,
Does he need help? I don't know. It's like 2 miles away.
yeah. There's nothing we could do about it. He roped an 800-pound yearling on a 900-pound horse on the side of a mountain like an absolute hand would. He needs a shot. It's
He can't.
classic, dude. That's what he
He
does.
can confirm he did not know the cliff was there. So,
Yes. Well, that was probably best case scenario for him, but for
yeah.
us, we were like, we might watch him die right here.
Hey,
If
I
he
mean,
comes down the mountain, he'll be right here with us, so it'll be fine.
cool view.
Yeah, for sure.
It was
If you're gonna go out, that's a way.
hey, let's see. Hmm. Top three.
Tell me about gathering on Petra.
Oh, okay.
Is that a top three?
That was that was special. I do remember that. Yeah. Basically, if you want strong hamstrings, get a horse that you got to pedal the whole way, all day.
How many miles are we talking here?
Probably 20, 15, 20, somewhere in that general range. Long enough that the horse that I adored, first horse, I bought her with my own money when I was like 13.
Mm-hmm.
I pretty much would not have mind if she would have just laid down and died by the end of it, and I would have walked back myself.
That is so bad.
So bad. She would get to the point of I remember one time I was gathering in the trees, and she tripped on a log and like went down on her knees and wouldn't get up. Like she almost just laid down.
Man.
I was like, you are going to get up, because I cannot walk back.
I'm not packing my saddle out of here.
No.
Okay.
No. So I mean, we got back, but every time I rode her, it was
Hellacious.
suffering for sure.
Yes.
For sure suffering.
Well, that's not a kid's horse job, old son. And Abby definitely progressed into riding. I mean, you rode basically my whole string as well while we were there. Hilarious. And what's funny is if you watch the Get Short series from start to finish, the progression of this human being that we're talking to here is unbelievable. Doing the job changes everything. Roping an arena, practicing is one thing. Doing the freaking job is totally different. Totally different. So, with all that being said, Abby, now we've ventured into kind of a new phase here. So you're going back to Wyoming this summer, which that's awesome. But over the last couple of years, we've taught a lot of clinics. So I want you to explain to everybody kind of what it's like. And do you know what imposter syndrome is? Have you ever heard of this? Okay, it's where you go into situations that you're probably prepared for, but you might be a little under qualified in someone's eyes, and you feel like I shouldn't be doing this. You know what I mean? I've had this a lot teaching other cowhands, and my progression has really been a fast one because of the video. I think the video helps a lot because I get to watch way more roping. Like somebody that just goes to 40 Brandons a year gets to watch a lot of roping, but that's not even close to how much roping I've watched over the last, 8 years or so. And so when I first started teaching clinics, there was quite a bit of imposter syndrome there. Like I kind of felt like, man, I don't need to be teaching these people. And then when you show up and meet everybody and kind of where they are, that goes away. But is that something you've struggled with a little bit, being so young and so skilled at something that people are willing to come pay so you can teach, right? But in your own brain, is that something you've struggled with?
Yeah, a little bit, especially, I mean, even a little bit still, but at first it was kind of like, yeah, I don't even think I can teach these people because I know how to do it, but they're 3 times as old as me or whatever it was. But then
Mm-hmm.
once you get out there, and I would just start by troubleshooting people, and then
Mm-hmm.
as I would start troubleshooting them, they would start coming to me for advice,
Yeah.
which kind of helped because it's like, okay, it's good. So
Mm-hmm.
it was at first, yeah, it was definitely a struggle of like, uh, I don't think I'm supposed to teach you, but then them coming to you and being like, okay, I need help with this. It was kind of like we're all on, I mean, they're all just learning. We're all
Mm-hmm.
learning. So I'm learning how to teach people, not just be taught, and they're learning how to rope. So it kind of came together a little bit.
Well, and see, that's kind of one of the things with the everybody accuses the Western world of gatekeeping and all these things, but like the fact is like your credit, okay, your credit, are you good enough to teach someone in the Western world might be transcribed into like, if you haven't worked at 15 different places and you haven't trained 400 horses and you haven't done this, then you can't teach anybody nothing. That is the exact opposite of the way I believe. So in the Air Force, they're kind of, the way the military teaches people is if you have one step further than the guy behind you, you can teach that guy that step. And you can teach that guy that step while you're learning the next step. And then it's like this staircase of information where your whole chain of command is one step a little further than the guy below him, and he's teaching that guy. And then eventually everybody kind of just goes up, right? And as you know, 6 months in the saddle doing the job really gets you a lot further along than somebody who doesn't have that opportunity. And it's interesting to me because our personalities are wildly different. I would say my personality is very contrasting to Dad's as well. I'm just very different than you guys.
Yeah.
And so getting Abby to kind of come out of her shell and be willing to teach people was pretty fun, because it's not even something you would even think you would do at that age. But the key here is that if you watch the video, there's so much that you can do that somebody would want.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you look back on your progression through this skill set with your horse and your rope,
Mm-hmm.
what's some advice you would give someone who's just starting out?
Uh, everyone's been there. Like everyone's been in your spot. Everyone's been the lowest guy on the pole or just learning how to do it. So you can't, you might feel stupid or feel like you can't do it, but just don't give up and take advice and listen to people. Even if they're not even talking to you, just listen to everybody and you'll pick up tons of information. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just don't
How did you get so good at throwing turnovers?
throwing turnover or watching you throw turnovers. Yeah,
And then
like
throwing a lot of turnovers.
yeah, and throwing turnovers.
Oh my gosh, man.
Real.
That's it's uncanny, dude. You go to these clinics and you see people struggling and trying to learn this stuff, and I would say a lot of Abby's success, you can attest to good teachers. A lot of people would say that, because you did get to ride with us, and we do key on teaching. We do like to teach.
Right.
I would say Dad is an exceptional teacher. And then, but the work ethic is something you can't teach folks.
Yeah.
It's in you, and you have that in spades. So that's a pretty that's a key thing. Abby does throw a lot of turnovers. She does pay attention to pretty much everything you say. But if you're not working really hard at it, it's not going to come.
Yeah.
It's not going to come. So, and we say that at every clinic. It's like, if you don't rope the dummy on the ground, quit whining about missing. You know, I mean, really, that's kind of how it boils down there. So, anyway, so from there, let's talk about what's your goals, man. Like, you've been working for 310 for 4 years now. We've stepped into kind of a new role. If you guys didn't know this, Abby is now one of our video editors, which is really cool for me because I don't have to do it all anymore. So lots of the videos that you guys see on YouTube, pretty much every one of them that I'm not in, Abby makes. So that's really cool. At 310 Ranch Life, if you want to watch that stuff, all the current videos, Abby's ripping all that content. So let's talk a little bit about what your goals are for kind of the next 5 years and what you got coming up and all of that.
So, yeah, all of it this year. We're doing clinics all year and then going to be in Wyoming. So, just working, getting to get back out there and work, and then hopefully go to Pennsylvania and work Dr. Yearlin's up there. Continuing to do the video editing side of it.
Do you like that?
I do, yeah. It's getting better, easier, and then also, obviously, different stuff is funner to edit. When we start roping, it's going to be fun to edit, I would say.
No question. No question.
Experience.
You're in the grind, dude. It's not fun. Editing, trying to make something out of nothing for everybody who doesn't know can be rough. So that everyday vlog stuff is, while it has its place, man, it ain't nothing like lining one out on the side of a mountain. You know what I mean?
No. Epic. Yeah, for sure.
I am glad you like it, though.
I do. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So when it comes to your goals, like, I mean, you tend to achieve your goals pretty fast.
Yes. I'm terrible at making long-term goals.
Do you have any big ones?
Big goals. Not really. I mean, really, I really should make big goals, but that's like something I have to think about really hard. Because I just will totally just get in the day-to-day, what we're doing today and tomorrow, just the work part of it, and then the goals part of it is kind of like falls out for me. But that does not mean I should not have goals. But
I think you do. I think you do have goals, but I think you just accomplish them so fast they don't seem like long-term goals.
Yeah, maybe so.
So, like, what I'd like to see is next year you take your filly to the Art of the Cowgirl and win the crap out of that thing.
Well, that would be a good one.
Hey, man, you're about to go put 4 billion miles on her in Wyoming. She'll probably be really nice.
Asking me, are you riding your colt a bunch? I was like, no. But when we get to Wyoming, I will.
Yes.
She's gonna be
that poor little horse. But that's kind of what I'm getting at here is like, so for myself, like I am hyper goal oriented. Like that's what I'd like to do. I like to sit down and write out what I'm going to do and then try to accomplish it. And that has to do with way more than just Cowboy, and it just has to do with life. You know, I'm doing a lot of different things now. My main goal is getting a lease going here. That's a huge goal of mine. So my kids can grow up doing it and I get to go Dr. Yearlin's again and all the things. So, and my hope would be that I get it going by this fall and you guys could come after Pennsylvania and we could all have a big powwow down here because you'd love it. So it's kind of, the goals you make for yourself are only unachievable if you can't push through the bull crap. If you can't fight through the suffering and figure it out. And what I've found is that people who are just inherently good at suffering can usually accomplish almost anything.
Yeah.
So my encouragement to you and to everybody listening that might feel like Abby, that the day-to-day work is a bit consuming, and I would agree with that. Because here at the rope shop and then with the EDU stuff and all the things we have going on in life, it can be very easy to just kind of bear down on that stuff and keep going and not really look up for a long time. Is make those giant goals. Like, you are an incredibly talented human being and have the ability to go do just about whatever you want to do. So, and then you have the opportunity to do that as well, the freedom to do it, which is very rare. So it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. It's been very fun to watch you develop, not only as a roper, but just as an educator, as a video editor, as a human. It's an honor thing for me. I feel very honored to get to experience that, because you don't meet people that have the work ethic that you have. And that's kind of, I don't say that to inflate your head to make your hat not fit. I say that for the people out there listening that like heart and try and working hard, humility go a freaking long way, buddy. Like a long way when it comes to this stuff, when it comes to anything that you do. And I think that God put you in our life for a reason, and I think that you were handpicked for the job. And I've always said this. I don't know if you know. I think I've said this to you multiple times, but you're kind of my replacement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, my life has created an environment where I have to focus on other things,
Yeah.
but you have the freedom to be what I was. A video editor, a cowhand, somebody that can make a poly rope look like the Sistine Chapel, dude. Like, not very many people can do that, you know? And that's what you're tasked with. So with all that being said, let's talk about pressure. Let's talk about the pressure of someone who's young, who has just, you know, not necessarily the start we're talking about now, going into the pro-am and missing, going to events and getting that butt whooped, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the pressure of me putting you on camera for years and then having to go rope in front of people.
Yeah, I would say it at first very, very challenging, and it still is challenging, but you kind of learn that the pressure that you put on yourself is worse than everything else, because you just getting in your own head is very difficult not to do, and just having to trust the fact that you can do it, and whether it's your day or not, that varies, but the pressure you put on yourself and having to deal with your own mind is very challenging, but you learn to just shove that away and just focus on the job, put your mind on it, and do your best. And then sometimes it works out and sometimes it really doesn't.
No.
And it's worse than challenging. It almost sucks a little bit.
Yeah, it does. I would agree.
But
I got off my horse at the Buckaroo Traditions gathering and was like, I'm never getting on a horse again.
yeah.
I mean, I was that mad at myself for that performance. We got annihilated. It sucked. Ugh, it was terrible. And we've been in some clinic demos that were not so fantastic as well.
Yeah, yes. Anytime you're in front of people, especially like at a clinic, and you're like, okay, we're fixing to teach these people how to range rope. Go out and miss 30 times, can't rope it,
Ugh.
can't do anything, and you're like, okay, what do you even say? Like, it's just super, it's just terrible.
It is.
You just start thinking of ways how to not do that, because if it's not your day, you cannot catch. There's no, it's not happening. So,
well, with all that being said, it's remarkable to me because for myself, like the amount of pressure I put on myself is pretty high, but I feel it's more an outward deal.
Mm.
Because we've put all the stuff online. Like because we've edited videos where we're not missing.
Yeah.
And we're struggling, right? Like, man, that's tough. Gosh, dude, you're sitting here, these people are looking at you and watching you, and you're just sucking, just can't catch nothing.
Yeah.
And practice is something that I before I even say this, I want to hear your opinion on practice, how much we've practiced and what it's like.
Uh, we practice like every day. Especially going into something, going into like the pro-am all day, just practice, practice, practice every day. To the point of you're just like, I can't even practice anymore. You're just
Yes.
like so sick. You're like, please do not make me rope that dummy one more time. Which no one's making you do it. It is a choice, obviously, but it's a choice. You have to do. Like, I gotta practice. We're going into this. You can't. You gotta. We like to say if you're it's like a knife. You gotta keep it sharp. So
Mm-hmm.
super sharp. But it does help 100%. You have to practice, or at least
Who do
most
you
people
think?
have to practice.
Who do you
Don't
think
take
drives that? Who do you think drives that practice? Like the intensity to practice that much.
John.
It's
100%.
definitely him. It's
Yeah.
definitely him. He is. This dude don't play with practice, buddy.
No.
He
I
don't
mean,
tolerate missing. He
he
don't.
he wrote the Buckaroo tradition. I mean, he watched that video like 3 times last night. He watches it when he works out on the bike in the mornings because we're fixing to go to a roping.
Mm-hmm.
Watch it, do it. That is practicing. That is what.
He's a freak of nature.
Yes.
He is like Nick Saban, buddy. I promise you. Uh, I you know, I would say out of the three of us, you're probably the most cold blooded. But I'm pretty chill. Like I like to have fun.
Yeah.
I get real pissed when I get beat. Like real pissed. But I'm always like goofing off or laughing or whatever and trying, and it's not even trying to not be serious. It's just like, for me, roping is a very natural thing for me. It's like not, like, especially in the practice pen, if I'm just goofing around, I'm not doing a lot of missing because I'm just feeling it.
Yeah.
And so I never really got up about practice. But when we go in to a competition or a clinic or whatever, I would say all of our intensity is very offensively focused. We are very offensive. And you came into that team never playing a sport.
Yeah. This is true.
Which that is very odd to me, because you adopted the mindset really easily. I would say Dad is as intense as it gets, and it's
Yeah.
really not outward. Like you can see it a little bit, but in his own brain, the pressure that is cooking in there is real hot,
Yeah.
real hot. And I can remember Dr. Neerlands with him back in the day. And does not like missing. He doesn't like for him to miss. He doesn't really care if you miss as much, but him missing is a problem. So for you, after a big miss, after a big whiff, so to speak, what's your mental process there?
I mean, I just having to go back and be like, okay, it was not my day. I can do this. Don't I It's very easy to continue to like stew on it and just beat yourself up with it and just be like, okay, you're terrible, you suck, you just let everyone else down. all of the things, but it's like you can't stay there. You have to let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Just let it go and move on, or else it just gets worse. And then the next time, that's in the back of your mind. You're like, okay, but last time, and you can't second guess yourself. You just have to know you can do it. You've practiced for it. You just have to go do it.
So, in talking about all this, we have to discuss. This is key.
Yes.
This is one of the most gut-wrenching things I've ever watched in my life as a teammate. But we weren't on the same team at the time. But while we do all ride for the brand, right? So I'm watching my best buddy in here come to pieces at the Pro-Am, okay? I want you to talk about the run, and I want you to talk about after the run and then how you got by that, because you got by it. You know what I mean? Like, you went back out and did your job, but it
sucked.
It sucked.
It really did. Yeah, so it was not our last run. I think it was our last run on that team, and I had to head. I was a third header, had to head. So there's that pressure. You go in and be like, I gotta get it done, which is not a big deal. Go out there, miss a headshot. I had to, like, mentally, it's like one miss, okay, it's fine, just neck it. Second miss, okay, it's okay, just can't
get it together.
Yeah, pretty much. Continuing to miss was, yes, I continued to miss and miss and miss and miss and miss for about, I don't know, how long do you have to head? 2 minutes?
A long time. 2 minutes. It's got to be 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes to head. And I just missed so much, and at that point, my mind was just totally, I could not hold it together anymore. It was like, okay,
roasted.
Yeah, like, you can't continue to tell yourself you can do this that long and continue to not do it, and it just totally fell apart. I think I did. Did I end up getting it necked at, like, or did I not even?
I don't remember. Y'all didn't. Yeah. It seems like they healed it, but you timed out. So yeah, like, you might have got it caught.
Very end.
Yes.
And then they didn't have time to heal it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like the most awful feeling ever, because our first 2 runs were fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
No problem. And then that one was just like, yeah. Sometimes it feels like you just have to get humbled, even though you're not getting cocky. Yeah. It's like, just in case you're getting cocky, you just got to get totally chopped back down to the bottom.
Yeah.
So that there's no anything. But yeah, walking out of that pen, pretty much wanted to just go bury myself in a hole and never come out.
I've had the feeling.
Yeah, it was bad. And like, no one's mad at you. Like, your team is not mad. They're hurting with you. Like, they know, John knows the feeling of just totally not being able to do anything. And yeah. So it's like, I just had to go out there, sit and pout for a little bit, have a moment, just be angry for a little bit, and then shake it off. Be like, okay, I got to go back in there, and I got to neck another one from this other team.
Mm-hmm.
And you just have your few minutes to be angry, and then shake it off and be like, okay, I can do this. Like, this is not hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's way harder. That's easier to say than it is to do.
Yeah. Saying just having to shake it off, it's challenging. For sure.
It sucks. Oh my goodness, that's fantastic. So we're not going to the Pro-Am this year. Very sad. But we have other things that we're getting done, which is cool.
Yep.
I have a clinic coming up this next month. Y'all have 2 in March?
Yeah, we have one. No, just one in March. We have Jason's in March, and then we're going to Nevada.
Okay. Oh,
March.
that's right. We got the ranch rodeo coming up. This podcast will be out before that. It should be. They're having a ranch rodeo in Mesquite, Nevada. It's called Cowboys with Cameras. It is a YouTube collaboration ranch rodeo. We are the oldest YouTube, hands down.
Yes.
Hands down. That's going to be there. 1.5 years longer than everyone else, pretty much, except Del Brisby, but he doesn't count. And so it's going to be 6 total YouTube channels. It's going to be, I hope I don't mess anything up, but we got 310 Ranch Life coming. The Bundy Ranch is putting it on. The Painted Desert Ranch, a YouTube channel called Under the Swells. And then we have the Apache Cowboys and then Bronx and Donks. Everybody's going to bring a team. We're going to compete. Abby's going to smash. The boys are in trouble. They don't know what's coming. So y'all are roping with Weston Boxberger and another guy. You know the other guy's name?
I do not know. One of Weston's friends.
Okay, cool. Well, Weston's kind of a TikTok guy. If you haven't checked him out, Weston Boxberger, he's pretty cool. Pretty cool guy. Really funny dude. He should be a laugh a minute. So we're sending videographers and all the things down there with Abby and Dad to be able to capture all that. My clinic is actually the same week of this, which is good. I would probably be a detriment to the team at this point.
Terrible timing, but
yeah. Well, I'm always good for a laugh anyway. Usually fall off my horse a couple of times, and everybody gets to laugh at that. But I have not been roping very much at all. I haven't roped since the Pro-Am. Yeah, haven't roped since the Pro-Am. I roped the dummy a bunch, but so this clinic ought to be a blast. But it'll be good.
Yeah.
So other than that, what else you got coming up?
Oh, let's see. We got some clinics in Colorado. A clinic in Colorado. And then the yearling lease in Wyoming.
Mm-hmm.
One clinic in Utah.
One in Kentucky.
Yeah, one in Kentucky, and then hopefully going to Pennsylvania this fall to rope.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Well, good. Yes. Well, write down your goals for the next podcast, Abby.
Okay.
Get your goals lined out, man. You're too good at this stuff not to have just, we're going to go win the world's greatest horseman by 2027. That gives you 2 years. It's plenty of time.
2 years, yes. Okay.
Oh, my goodness. Well, Abby, as always, it has been a pleasure. Thank you for coming on. Guys, y'all know where to watch Abby's stuff. 310 Ranch Life on YouTube, on Instagram. Go check out Abby Klassen's TikTok. Give it a follow if you're a TikToker. She's always posting stuff for us. She's going to have a ton of incredible content coming out this summer. Dad and Abby will be in Wyoming, Dr. Neerland's doing the thing. We got the ranch rodeo coming up, clinic footage. They got an event this weekend.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Yes.
Are we ready?
I'm ready. So ready.
Who are you roping with?
Let's see. I have John and Reed Sykes.
Okay.
John and Travis Kennedy. I have me, Josh, and Travis, and then I'm roping with
Josh who?
Titus.
Josh Titus? Oh, yeah. Okay. That's a pretty good team, too.
Yeah. All 3 of those, I've got a goal for 3 out of 4 to make it to the short go. My 4th team is, do you remember the family Brent Methvin from KRRA?
I remember Brent.
All the kids. Kids, but
the older sons that rope. Yeah. They all ride gray horses.
Yes.
Yeah.
So him and then Mark, whatever his name is, with the green sunglasses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really not a bad team either,
We'll
though.
see. We'll see. Your
Both of
dad
those guys can rope
roped
pretty good.
with the one his son, the lefty.
Oh yeah. Who's it? Who's he riding? Is he gonna ride Silver String or Red?
Silver string. I might ride red.
It's Curly
Cause
Sue acting, being a
no,
cute.
she's being good, but the short go, um, I don't know if he told you this or not, but the short
Oh
go
yeah.
is gonna be the 3 head in 10 minutes. He's making the pin like 50 foot bigger and putting all 45 head in the pin.
I thought y'all said it was 20 head.
Yeah. Yesterday we went down there to Purcell to practice with him, and he's like, "Yeah, not very many people know this, but I'm actually gonna put all 45 head in there." And we're
No
like,
chance you're roping 3 and 10 minutes reading ear tags.
they are at least kind of bigger numbers, but 45 head.
If they're on the edge, you got a chance, but
Hey,
you're gonna be hunting
hunting.
calves. Now, if you could just go in and rope any of them,
Right. That's
totally,
different.
totally doable.
Yeah.
But hunting
Oh,
numbers,
and they're reading you your 3 numbers, and you gotta remember them because they will not call them again. So you gotta like write them on our hand or something.
no comment. That's gonna be rough. Definitely ride Red,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, like
cause
he's a healing machine.
yeah, dude, you're gonna be freaking. I'm talking coming around the corner. Those poor calves.
No, our strategy is straight Nevada style. Neck them, get them out, throw a
Rope them.
trap, hip shot, whatever, something, get them down. Don't let him get back in that herd because 45 head.
No, son, you coming out. I mean,
Yeah,
immediately.
yeah, straight up Nevada. We've done that now. We know how that works. We're
Yeah.
like Trampus. Do you know you just took the big loop part out of it?
No, that's straight up.
Calf Brandon, but try and hold roe deer.
You got to be fast, dude. That's wicked fast. Like finding the calves is going to be 3 or 4 of your whole run. 3 or 4 minutes of the whole run. Well, I wish you the best of luck. I hope you win the crap out of it. Are y'all videoing anything there?
We need to.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's the goal.
Well, hopefully, guys, Abby will have a big new buckle come this weekend. I did see them on Facebook. They're nice. They're cool.
Yeah, we got to see him in person.
Yeah, they're cool.
They're
Cool
nice.
buckles.
Yeah.
Man, if you rope 2 out of the 3 in that short go, you got a chance. So, anyways, Abby, final thoughts? You got anything for the people? Anything you want to say?
Yeah. Like and subscribe.
Hey, come on. That's what I'm talking about. A true YouTuber at heart. Check out 310EDU if you want to learn how to rope like Abby. I know her teachers. They're pretty cool. They made a lot of videos for that thing, and you can rope just like her if you got a lot of heart, a lot of try, and you practice a lot. Go check out the Plains of Oklahoma ranch roping if you're in that area. Go watch Abby smoke all these guys this weekend. And Abby, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. We'll see you all in the next video.
Yep.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah. Fantastic.
All right.